Hello, gamers. I just got out of my time machine. It only goes forward, unfortunately. Still working out the details on the whole backwards time travel. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. That is going to be my story, and I'm going to stick with it. And if anyone asks, it's the time machine's fault. So, I left myself in a pretty rough spot last time, fighting the bugs. Which is probably not my fault. It's probably, if the ships look all beat up and there's no weapons or anything, it was probably some kind of economic recession. Definitely not any decisions that I made, because, I would never make bad decisions in the early game. I wouldn't try to make things more exciting by taking risky options. It would be very out of character for me to do something like that. It just wouldn't happen. So, regardless of whether or not it's my fault, which it definitely isn't, the bugs don't really care. They're going to kill us anyways. They got a lot of stuff, and they're going to be doing a little bit of invading. So regardless of how we got here, we've got to do something about it. Now, I tried recording not too long ago, for like 30 minutes, and then my computer gave out because I think there's something wrong with the power supply. Now, hopefully, I shouldn't run into any issues because I turned down the maximum power draw of the CPU by a little bit. Because if I turn it down too much, then the game starts lagging. So it's kind of walking a tightrope between the computer might shut down, the power supply might just fail after 30 minutes, or the game is just going to be really laggy, and that's going to suck. Kind of got to walk a tightrope between those two extremes. Oh, look, I would sure love to have one of these. It's unfortunate because I need all the cash that I can get. Because I have already played for 30 minutes, and now that I've gone back in time, not in real life, that's still not working. That part of the time machine is still not working in real life. But back in time, in the video game, I already know what I was going to do. Look at these numbers. What do they mean? What do the numbers mean, Mason? What do the numbers mean? Well, it's simple. It means we can go to Fortuna and sell a bunch of heavy armaments for big cash prize. And where are we going to buy them? Chico Mostalk. Because it's in the same direction. And it's going to be a big profit. I mean, $268 to purchase, almost $1,000 to sell. That is a great deal, if I've ever seen one. So I'm just going to go straight there and do that. I mean, really, it's so perfect. It's so perfect, it's so convenient. It's almost like I've got plot armor. Like I'm the main character or something. Which I am, because it's a video game. Alright, let's shut that off. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Yeah, get out of here. That's what I thought. Just remember, if pirates try to assault you in space, just tell them to go away. Robbery is illegal. It's as simple as that, really. There's the gate. There's a little invasion going on here, a little invasion going on there. We'll figure something out with all of that stuff. Alright, let me just buy as much as I can. I can't afford all of it, but I can afford as much as I am going to need. Now I've just got to be careful that I don't get caught on my way out, because I can't really afford any setbacks. Yep, let's get out of here. Let's skedaddle our skadoodle on out of here. Perfect. And now we go down to here and sell to these guys. It's as simple as that. Actually, let's change your names. You can be Penny Skenis. And anytime anything goes wrong, I'm gonna blame you. You, I'll think on it. Oh, and speaking of, I should probably change my name. As much as I do like naming it after myself, I am thinking about changing the channel name, because while Big Brain Energy is a nice channel name, it's also a bit confusing what to call me. Big, Mr. Brain, Dr. Energy. It's a good name for a channel, but it's not a great name for a person. On the other hand, Chaticus Rex is the name of a character I played in Divinity Original Sin, and he's the best character. Anytime there was a troll, I knew the trolls had good loot, but my friends did not want to kill the troll because it was hard, and it might take a couple of tries. So how do you convince them to do it? Well, it's simple. You do it in character, because if you try to convince them as yourself, they're just going to get annoyed. But if you convince them in character, like, and by convince, I mean run up to the troll and attack it, Chadicus is a troll hunter. Chadicus goes where Chadicus pleases. And then everyone gets mad at you. Well, they're not mad at you. They're mad at Chadicus. You see? That's the trick. And that actually worked. As stupid as that sounds, yes, that actually worked. And I was absolutely right, because, sure, we died a couple of times, but after reloading and then just forcing them to do it again, we did kill the troll. And we got the loot. And at the end, Chadicus became God. So, like literally, that's how the game ends. One of the players gets to become God. And in the end, of course it was Chadicus. I mean, who else would it be? His name is Chadicus Rex. Rex literally means king. He's Chadicus King. Of course he's... I mean, what? Who else would become God? It's in his nature. So I'm thinking about changing the channel name to that. But I might not. I don't know yet. He's a great guy, you know. He really cares about the people, Chadicus does. You know, underneath that Giga Chad exterior is a very soft and gentle interior. I mean, he might kill you before you get there, but, you know, let's not worry about the minor details. Okay, let's go... Now, you guys might have some stuff that I could buy. Let's see. Actually, is there any good missions? Well, I do have this mission. You exist. I might want to talk to you later. We'll see. I definitely want to do this. Let's get out of here before these heathens catch on to me. Let's get away from Pather space, because even though I'm selling them the weapons that they need to wage their fun little war, even though I'm supplying them, they're still going to kill me if they get the chance. Ungrateful bastards they are. Let me tell you. Alright. That's a lot of text. I'm not going to read it. But the picture is pretty. I like it. Okay. I don't think I really need any of that. Do you guys have any ships that are good for exploration? A mule might be nice. Because I can load that up with some stuff. I mostly want to stay low to the ground, though. Because I'm just going to be doing... I'm going to be taking a small fleet of ships that can run efficiently so that I can do missions, so that I can get stuff, and build up a cache, so that I can then buy a bunch of ships, and then start killing things. That's the plan. So I don't know if I actually want to buy anything from you guys. I'm probably going to go back to Tritachyon to buy some frigates, because that sounded very intense considering the Defenders won. And also it's a human-on-human battle, so it's not really my jurisdiction. This is my jurisdiction. Who's going to win? Well, so far it looks like the defenders on the ground have the advantage here. Just looking at the numbers. Hopefully it stays that way. Okay, you guys have any good hull mods? Efficiency. Yes, please. Yes, please. Ooh, I'll take that. Yep. Let's grab all of that. I'd be happy to. Let's max out on fuel. It needs more supplies. Okay. Probably gonna want more crew. But I can worry about that when I'm actually buying more ships. Okay. Purchase. Let's see what you got. Yeah, I mean, these could end up being really good, but it's kind of a gamble. I don't really know how to equip these. I don't know what they're best used for. I could try to look through the numbers and glean with my third eye the best way to use the ship. But that's a big gamble. And I'm not a gambling man. I'd rather have an established feat and then... Fleet. Fleet. Don't drop the L. That's going to get really weird. And an established fleet before I start experimenting with mod stuff. At least the ones that I'm not familiar with. I am a little bit familiar with some of the other mods. Okay. Tritac. Where... Yeah. Oh wait, this is, yeah, this is still the basic. Yeah, this is still the basic core worlds. I didn't have it generate new stuff. So, let's see. Scathy, I could go back there. I could go up to... Well, yeah, I guess I'll go here first? Or do I want to go straight out? Well, I did buy efficiency overhaul, so let's slam that first. Oh, I'm not at dock. Of course, of course. Actually, I just wasted a bunch of supplies because yeah. I forgot I was not at dock anymore. My mistake. I bet all the people at the station are just looking at us like we're a bunch of idiots. Like, hey, what are they? Are they modifying a ship in space when we're right here? We are right here. We've got all the facilities. We're sitting right here watching you. You frickin' moron. Why don't you just dock? What's wrong with you? You was right here like 5 seconds ago, and now you're modifying your ships in space. Look at this guy over here. Now, of course, if I caught anyone talking that way, well, I was thinking about threatening them, but realistically, I'd probably just cry. I'm a very sensitive captain. No, really, don't test me. I will fucking do it. Yeah, that's what I thought. So put your harsh words away, and let's get on with the mission. Okay, stop showing me that. Let's look at this. Yes, let's go here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go straight there. I'm going to go straight there, and then I'm going to go to Tritachyon to try and buy some good ships. Man, it is kind of crazy how high-tech frigates are just naturally so good at basically every stage of the... Well, maybe not so good, but, well... Obviously, Omens are so good would qualify, but the other ones are at least decent most of the time. Like the Tempest and the Scarab. Well, the Tempest and the Scarab, they're just good at every stage of the game. In the early game, they're fast enough to avoid larger ships and strong enough to beat smaller ships. In the late game, they're still useful because they're great for harassing the enemy. They're just naturally really good. The Lasher is also pretty decent. The Brawler, though... The basic Brawler is something that I'm not quite sure... Maybe I just haven't found a good loadout for it, but I have never really been satisfied with it. It just doesn't quite do it for me. Oh, sure, you can get... I mean, it's got some neat features, like it can have the longest range of any frigate with those hypervelocity drivers. For sure. It can absolutely do that. But for what purpose? It's not going to accomplish... It's just not very good, even if you do that. Like, you want me to spend a whole officer just to make 2 hypervelocity drivers that can fly around and shoot at stuff? Oh, sure, they might get some breach missiles as well, but they're just not going to accomplish much. The best use that I've seen for them is to go with a heavy needler and a thumper, and then like max out like flux stats and shields. And I found that that design is actually pretty decent in the early game. Obviously not gonna be too useful later on, but at least in the early game it's okay. Only 8%, huh? Well, it is what it is. Low resource recovery is not that big of a deal because it doesn't affect the actually important stuff, just the free supplies that you get. The actually important stuff is all of this. Yes. There we are. And let's not forget to scan these things. I'll just take the core. Yeah. We'll do... Wait, did I... Oh, I didn't set it to quest... I didn't set it to skip the quest line, did I? I'll have to do that eventually because the gates are really useful, and I'll just skip through all of the dialogue. So, I'm gonna assume You know, I don't want to jump to conclusions, right? Don't get me wrong. But I think there might be pirates in this system. I know. It sounds crazy. But there are red things in this system, and red things usually mean pirates. I mean, really, it could, you know, maybe I should take it back. Like, this really could belong to anybody. Like, Pirates? I've never heard of that name before, but it really could belong to any faction. I don't know who Captain Pirates is, but, you know, I wish him luck in his adventures. Alright, well, we should get out of here. I mean, scanning the black hole does sound nice, in theory. It's just the teeny tiny issue of probably eating all of my supplies makes me a little hesitant to just dive right in there. And let's head on home. I wonder if I would save more supplies by just speeding through the storm. Because with such a small fleet, the damage is minimal. It's always in the back of my mind, am I saving supplies, or am I actually just wasting more? Well, that's clearly a derelict ship. But I'm not going to go back for it. Of course not. Alright, let me out. Let me out. Okay, good. Friendly. Excellent. If that was a pirate fleet, I mean, first of all, they shouldn't bother with me. I'm too small for a fleet of that size. There's no way it would be worth chasing me down. But if they did, that would be very, very unfortunate. Okay, so there's a lot of missions. 2 of them out here in this direction. I'm just gonna grab these. Yeah, we'll do that next. First off, I'm gonna get the Galatia quest line started, and then I'm gonna go grab some high-tech ships. Yeah. We're gonna. The reward is still good. What's wrong with Alec? Alec? Who? Is this something from a mod? I don't recognize this dialogue. I get the impression that this person isn't universally liked. That is the most indirect way of saying, sounds like he's a jackass. Oh, I see, it's not appropriate. Oh, you know what? I need to bring back the portrait of him with the sunglasses. I forgot to do that. Don't worry, we'll get it next time. The sensitivities of individuals within the Academy, of course, and without. And how they might feel about, well, Academician Alec. He might be described by some, not me of course, as having, an off-putting manner. Yeah, okay. How much do you hate Alec? That's a great question, and it's a question I'm not going to ask, because a better question would be, give me money. Well, it's not really a question, it's more of a demand, honestly. Let's see. Okay, I see. Okay, so I guess I've got to... Oh, wait, have I... You know what? Maybe I did skip the main quest, and you still get the data core despite the fact that you've skipped the main quest line. That's possible. I haven't really used that feature too much. Alright, let's head back over to the Blues. Because remember, blue means the good guys. That's why our circle is slightly blue. We're the good guys. But we're not as good as Tritachyon, of course. They're the most good. Because they're the most blue. And if you want your faction to be good guys, you have to make them even more blue than that. I call it the color theory of morality. The more blue, the more good. The more red, the more bad. Green? We don't talk about the greens. We just don't acknowledge them. If you close your eyes and you don't look at them, then it's not an issue. That's the way most things work, actually. Not just colors. Escort package could be useful eventually. This could be useful right now. Ah, yes. Oh, so the Omen... this one's got a D mod, though. How unfortunate. A Fury would be nice. But it would also use up all of my cash, which is not ideal. Let's head over to Brazil. I know there's an H and a Y, but that's just hi. Hi, Brazil. You've got to greet Brazil every time you go to Brazil. If you don't, that's when the bad things happen. Anything in the same direction? I think this is. This is not. Although it is pretty close, but I'm going to ignore it anyways. Yeah, it's kind of in the same direction. Although it's a little close to the bugs. I doubt they've really got a bunch of ships just running around out here. And if they do, I'll just run away. It's not that complicated. No reason to make things more difficult than they really are. Yes, alright, I forgot to actually learn that. What do we got? So, on the open market, we've got a whole Omen. I should probably be looking for Lashers to get a little more variety, instead of just doing Omens every time. I say every time. This is like the second playthrough I'm doing. Or maybe the third. Depending on how you count a playthrough. Does a playthrough that's cancelled really count? Not in my mind. Again with the Fury. Very tempting. Yeah, I think I'm just... I mean, I'm here anyways. This is the plan. This is the plan. We're just going to do this. We're not going to doubt it. We're going to stick to our guns. You can pilot this. You seem very competent. You've got the right skills. I even have an antimatter blaster. What the heck does this thing do? As the Sabos... It's a competitor for the Sabo. Sure. Let's go with that. Sounds like a plan if you ask me. Seems like a pretty good loadout. Definitely going to need more supplies. Definitely going to need more fuel. Probably going to want a dram, too. I'll even buy one off the open market. Yeah, I've got a little bit of spare cash to throw around. Can't you tell? I just bought a pristine ship off the open market. Obviously, I've got some spare cash to throw around. Don't ask about the size. It's big enough. All right, it's... Okay, well, yeah, it was a dram. All right, it was a dram. You got me. I was trying to sound richer than I am. I'm sorry. Can we go now? This is getting really awkward. I don't really want to equip you with anything. So we'll just go with this. The classic combination of go fast and to go fast. Actually, let's go... Right, I would need to do something else, which is militarization first. Which would mean I'd have to drop this. Yes, we militarize it first. Then we get safety overrides. There we go. Now you can go fast, like really fast, like super fast, and just leave anytime we have trouble. Which is going to be, well, never, because we're always going to win. But hypothetically speaking, if we didn't always win, which we will, but if we didn't, then it's good to have fast legs. A pirate shade isn't exactly appealing. I mean, it is 2 less deployment points than a regular shade, which puts it at the same as an Omen. But I don't think I'm going to get too much value out of it compared to something else. And I've got cash and I've got time, so I can certainly look around a bit. I mean, I just passed over them. It feels kind of awkward to go backwards to try and pick up something. Yeah, let's just... Wait, do I still not have enough fuel? Yeah, I guess I've got to buy more. Yeah, I'll pay the tax. I'm kind of rolling in the dough right now. There we go. That's what I like to see. Now we can actually get places. No, nothing interesting there. Well, I do have my contact. Do you have any work? Bounty docket. Manageable target. Okay. I mean, they're kind of in the wrong direction. Potential ship sale. Oh, it just needs to be a frigate, huh? Oh boy, have I got a frigate for you. 14,000 credits for this piece of junk. I mean, yeah, I could take off the machine gun and the mining blaster first, but I don't think I care about that too much. Weapons and NPCs will be included in the sale. Story points will be refunded for any estimates on the ship, if any were installed by the player. Oh, that's a nice little touch. It's a nice little quality of life boost. Yeah, I'm going to sell that. Confirm sale. Observation. That would give me a good excuse to go back over there. Okay. And hopefully they have some lashers, because if I'm going to buy a low-tech ship at this stage, it's got to be lashers, right? Oh. Right, but now that I've sold a ship, I'm over capacity, which is not ideal. That is absolutely suboptimal. Okay. Okay. I might be able to fit on a spare fuel tank here, because I'd rather not sell the fuel after buying it. That's just not efficient. Even if I do that, I still got to sell some. Alright. I'll sell the fuel. It's fine. The Omen will be fine. I'll take this off at the next stop. It's all going to be fine. Let's go do that spy set, which tend to be easier in the early game when you don't have too many ships to worry about. So your sensor profile is going to be small, just naturally. Oh. You know, I got into the system really easily, so I wasn't thinking about having any trouble on the way out, but I mean, I got in easily because I used a gravity well. And now I'm trying to use the jump point, which of course there's pirates. The system always has pirates. I'm definitely not taking all of this on with one Omen. Maybe if I had 3. If I had 3, this would be pretty easy, actually. It would be stupidly easy. But I don't have 3, I have 1. I'll spend a story point. It's fine, it's 100% bonus XP. If anything, that's just going to help me level up faster. So really, I should be thanking the pirates for giving me such a fine opportunity to spend a story point and get 100% bonus XP. Leveling up faster is actually a valid strategy. Okay, well, rushing straight there is not... Why are they pursuing me? Did I do piracy here? Did I do black market? What? Why are they... Yeah, the hegemony has no problems with me. I probably... But I haven't. I haven't been to the black market here, have I? Or do they just know that I'm here for the spy sat? Something about this is fishy. They're still chasing me. Okay. Okay, yep. Yep, I just need to get to the asteroid field. Damn it. I needed to get to the asteroid field before they did a big scan pulse. That was the key. Unfortunately, I was just a little bit short. Okay, I think they're not chasing me now. I think they gave up. They probably yeah. Okay. Let's just quietly tiptoe our way. This is a lot of intel. What is going on? I mean, I've been ignoring it. It's a bit distracting. Now, there's a lot of quality of life features in the next patch. But it would be nice to kind of just block out certain, like pick certain categories of notifications and block them out, because it's a little, it can be a little distracting. Attack or victory. So the Zon Empire took something from the hegemony. Gotcha. Well, I mean, that's human-on-human violence. It's not really my concern. Alright, well, we're surrounded by lots of fleets, including whatever that is, which is less than ideal. Oh. Yeet. They're coming. What the heck? How did they... What? They were, like, doing a pincer move. What the heck was that? That doesn't even feel fair. They didn't know I was there, but they were pincering me anyways. That is just downright disrespectful. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna talk my way out of it. Yeah. Let's get out of here. Okay, we're just gonna... Don't come this way. Don't come this way. Don't come this way. I'm so close. I'm so close. Yes. Okay, we did it. Okay, now we're out of here. I did it. Mission accomplished. Rolling out. Yeah, I'm gonna turn my transponder on my way out. What are you gonna do? Yeah, you're not gonna stop me. You know, maybe you guys would be more effective if you had lots of, like, small pickets instead of these bigger ones that can't catch me. Just a thought. You know, I'm only selling you this because, the bugs might use that kind of strategy, you know? I mean, I've never seen them do it, but they could, hypothetically. And, you know, at the end of the day, I am the good guy, right? I'm the hero. I'm saving humanity. So you guys should probably take my advice. Okay, let's see what we've got. I see. So I did... Yeah, I was thinking about stopping and buying ships, but there's not exactly a lot of time when you're constantly on the run from the authorities. Didn't quite think that through. But it doesn't matter. I'm going to go get some... Oh, I do need supplies, though. I did run out of those. So before I actually head over there, I want to stop by for some supplies. Who would be the best place? Let's just stop at this one. United Pommed. I actually have no idea what your guys' ships are like. I've not used this mod before. Let's have a look at your stuff. And then we'll go out, do some missions. Then we'll come back. Then we'll gear up with a nice fleet. And then I can actually start killing things. And isn't that what we're all here for at the end of the day? Not bugs, of course, because their fleets are probably... Their fleets are going to be big. But, like, I can kill humans. I can kill pirates. And, no, you know what? Actually, I don't need to kill humans. I can go find survey drones. Yeah, being able to kill those is still pretty useful. Okay. What have you guys got? I do need supplies, first and foremost. I am very low. Let's get 100. Yeah. Okay. Do you guys have any good equipment? Railguns are good. I don't have anything to put them on yet, but they're good, so I'm going to grab them. You know, having an Eradicator with an Omen is probably a decent combination. That being said, it's going to use up all my cash to buy this and equip it. And then I'm going to need more fuel and supplies to carry this around while I do my missions. So I think I'll have to pass for now. I'm going to stay low to the ground. We're going to run these missions, because whether or not I'm dragging around a bunch of ships, these missions are going to be worth the same amount. Sucks to suck. Bye-bye. You know what would be funny? I've never seen this in a game before, but it'd be funny if you could do something like run charity fraud. Yeah, think about it. Like, you go to the core systems and you just put out a broadcast like, please donate to help starving orphans on, you know, just make up a planet name like Omicron Persei 8. And then you just pocket the money for yourself. and use it to buy more space drugs so that you can make more money. I mean, this game lets you harvest organs. Well, I mean, sell harvested organs. What's a little charity fraud on the side? I guess if you collect donations, whatever faction you collect them from would have to, like, you'd lose reputation with them. No way. Yep, this is the Sentinel system. Well, isn't that convenient? Oh, imagine if there's like a storyline where you get confronted for charity fraud. And they're like, why did you do it? The dialogue options in that situation would have to be, you know, continue lying. But it's one of those things where sometimes having an option to just tell people that you cheated them out of money would be really funny. I don't know how many games do that, but the idea of just being like, why? Isn't it obvious? Because I wanted money, and you gave it to me. I wanted it, so I took it. Like, what do you even say? What do they even say to that? It's like, look, yeah, I stole the money. What are you going to do about it? Because people have to put, like, there's something fascinating about that, because people always like to put things in soft terminology to make things sound better. You know, we didn't steal money. We just illegally, it was just a reallocation of resources to more, we just reallocated and liquidated many resources without authorization. Now, you see, that sounds a lot better than I stole the money. It's kind of like when YouTubers are like, please consider donating to support the channel. What do you mean, support the channel? Do you need to buy new equipment? What are you talking about? What you really mean is, please give me money. I want it. Which is true. Right? That's what it is. You want money. Ain't no shame in that. You know, people would rather, if you would rather make a YouTube video than work a normal job, understandable. I've worked at grocery stores. Yeah, I would rather sit at home and play video game. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, okay. Yeah. We've been here before. If you haven't been here before, you can pause and read. It's good. Catch her up. Yeah, I don't need to ask any questions, but blah blah blah. I wonder if that's even readable. Maybe not. Maybe even if you pause, you won't be able to read that. I'm not sure. Well, not my problem. That's your problem. Yes, I see, yes. Well, it's not a colony yet, so I can't really... Well, at least... No, hold on. Yeah, I'm probably gonna... Well, the fact that it's an eagle is decent. Or is it always an eagle? I'm starting to think it's always these two. It's always an enforcer and an eagle, isn't it? Well, these are good. Well, the enforcer not as much. It's okay. The eagle, on the other hand, it's a nice middle ground for a cruiser, especially with the buffs that it's gotten, because it's fast enough, and also it's got like the, you know, it's a decent combination. It's fast enough that if I pick a difficult fight, I can have it just kind of kite around the edge of the map, and most things shouldn't be able to take it out. So that works well with the doctrine of having these frigates. Okay. But for now, I'm going to have to leave it here. Don't exactly have crew. I'll come back for it. There's a domain error probe. Yes, let's kill that. You know, assuming that there's stuff to kill, I'm going to kill it. I also need to make sure I actually get here in time, which I'm running out of time. Okay, so there's nothing to kill. We just get the stuff. We get the stuff for free. Gotcha. Nice. All right, now we go over here, get these last few derelict chips, and then we go on to the next mission. Oh yeah, speaking of, there's like a YouTube thing where it's kind of like super thanks, or I think they're called. It's like which is really weird. It's like the idea of like Twitch donations or super chats, but on a video. It's like a weird idea. I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's just kind of strange. Maybe I should figure out how to enable that. Yeah, maybe I should do that, and then I should look into the camera. I don't have a camera, but I should look into the hypothetical camera. You know, the idea of the camera, as they say. And tell the audience, give me money, because I want it. Yes, I would rather be doing this than working a normal job. Give me money. Please? Would that work? Are you guys gullible enough for that to work? Let me know. Let me know in the comment section. Just say, like, yes, I am that gullible. But to be fair, you know, I have a pretty smart channel, which means I've got a pretty smart audience. So I'm sure any super chat functions would only be used to say the most intelligent of things. Like Spingus. With a B. I mean, that's the kind of thing that I would say if I had the spare cash to throw at a YouTube channel. Okay, so I do have these active. Yeah, so I did skip. Okay. I did skip the main story. I just got the data core anyways. Interesting. Wait, where is it? Barren World. Okay, so that should be easy enough to find. Wait, so the fact that I haven't been scanning these gates is kind of a... It's a little bit of an oopsie. But most of them are in the core worlds anyway, so... it's going to be easy to go get them later if I need them. Look at that. Now I've multiplied my credits considerably, and I've gathered a bunch of hull mods, so things are looking good. Yeah, there's going to be some defenses here. But you should be able to handle them. Oh, and there's that FTL music. Beautiful. I mean, look at these things. They're these little babies, and they've got D-mods. You've got a level 5 officer, and you're an Omen. You know what? I think I still have the... I said I would take it off, and then I got distracted because there was too much stuff going on. There was too much stuff with all of those patrols around the hegemony worlds. I ended up not doing anything. Okay, so I'm thinking this is looking a bit concerning, which is why I'm going to deploy myself as a distraction. Right? Because mostly the issue here is while the Omen can take them on for sure. I mean, okay, it's already doing it without my help. But having a distraction would probably make things even easier. Ooh, I'm an unarmed ship and I'm floating up behind you. Turn around. There we go. Yeah. Because the Omen can take them on, but it's going to be a little bit skittish when there's 3 of them running straight towards it. So if I can pull you over here, this should speed things up. Oh, well, I should probably watch where I'm going so that I don't fly straight into it. But those machine guns are probably not going to hurt me anyways. There we go. Yeah, this is going to cost me a couple extra supplies, but I don't really think that matters. If anything, I'm running out of cargo space, so using up a couple more supplies is just a smart idea. Yes, kill. 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 Thank you. See, look at that. We're already running out of space anyways. Yeah, let's take all of this. Bada bing. Bada boom. And I leveled up. Look at that. Beautiful. I'm taking all these combat skills, but I'm actually going to need a ship to put them to use. I'm pretty sure I started the last... When I started this run, the idea was I was going to make things a little harder for myself by picking a less efficient skill options, going combat first instead of anywhere else. And also I was going to make things more difficult by not going with Omens. And now, since it's been like 7 months, I've decided to, I've elected to just ignore all of that. Suck it past me. You don't get to tell me what to do. You are too far temporally separated. There's nothing, you can't even complain about it, because you're gone. It's as simple as that. Yeah, let's get navigation. Actually, what's my fleet burn? Yeah, it's only 8. Yeah, it's 18. So if I get this, this will take me up to 20, and it'll give me transverse jump. So, absolutely worth it. I'm going to ignore that. Yeah, I've got to get my fleet over aggressive combat endurance. That's actually not a bad choice. I don't have a ship for you, but I'll take the 100% bonus XP, and I'll take the officer. Yeah, let's get up here and try to do this nice and quick. And then we can go home and commit some charity fraud. It's as simple as... I keep saying it's as simple as that. I need to come up with a different catchphrase. You know, and then I'll just... You know, I'll put them in like a chart, and then I'll roll a die every time I need to... I need to like finish a sentence, but I don't know what to say. It'll be like, it is what it is. It sure do be like that. It's as simple as that. Spingus. You know, I just put them all in a chart, and then I can even have like different charts for different days. So if it's a Tuesday, it'll be like chart A, and if it's a Wednesday, it'll be chart B. So that way, depending on my catchphrases, you can actually figure out when I recorded it, just based off of what chart I'm using. It'll be like an ARG, except unlike an ARG, there's no point to it. I'm just messing with you. Unless I hide a hidden code in the catchphrases, where the first letter of each phrase, like you put them together, and then you finally decode everything, and it spells Penny Skinus. Which is, of course, the ultimate truth to the life, the universe, and everything. Or at least, oops, accidentally alt-tabbed. The music probably cut out there for a second. Let's see. Okay. So it's going to be orbiting a jump point. Well, it's not this one, so it's got to be the other one. Although I should check this out first. What have you got? A little bit too much. Yeah, we'll have to come back for that one. And then I'll check that out in a second. See, there's no bugs out here. Life is good. Let's salvage. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to fit that. Okay. Now we're sitting on 300,000 credits. See, this is how you're supposed to play the game. Not like I did yesterday and just, like, not only do you make less money if you succeed with the small-time pirates, right? You make less money if you succeed, and you're facing a much higher risk. Like, why you do that to yourself? You don't have to. Make things easier for yourself. Go exploring. Because if you... Oh, my peak performance is going to degrade, like, instantly. Yoink. Yes, yes, yes. Follow me over here while the Omen does its work. Wait. Oh, I have maneuvering jets. Man, this thing is just as fast as me with safety overrides, and it doesn't even have safety overrides. That is... Huh. Let's use the maneuvering jets to get a little distance. Yep, there we go. Yeah, and now we can lead you up this way, because the... Honestly, I think shields make these things worse. They're already not good, but shields definitely don't help. If you're overloading instantly like that. Alright, let's get out of here and let the Omen fight two of them. Yeah, please, yeah, there we go. Okay. He's right on my tail. If you could help out, that would be awesome. Thank you. See, this is what a real officer is like, not like that Penny Skinus guy. I mean, he hasn't done anything yet, but he's probably bad at it if he did. I can see why they call it the competitor to the Sabo. It's definitely got a lot more ammo. And it's got like a shotgun blast of kinetics. And it's faster. It doesn't seem... I think the downside is that it doesn't have any EMP, so if they tank it on their armor, it probably doesn't do much. Well, at least against a ship that actually has armor. These things... Well, they're not known for their armor, that's for sure. I'll take all of that. Drop that off. Take some of this. Bada bing. Okay. And then that I can't do anything with. This, I don't know what it is. It's another probe. Let's see if I can grab this. Automated defenses in a Solar Corona, and there's a lot more of them. I think the Omen could take this, but I'm just not going to. Let's get out of here. I have to come back to the system anyways for this ship, so the fact that I'm leaving it behind is not that big of a deal. Okay, that went pretty well. Plentiful volatiles. I don't think that's going to be super important, but I'll leave it. I could stop by you guys, although I'm not sure how much I really want to do that. First of all, I need more frigates, and then I need a flagship, and then I can start doing some interesting stuff. Then we can start having some fun. Because I do need to level up, and the best way to do that is combat. And that's kind of the advantage to combat, right? Fighting pirates in the early game is going to be riskier, and you're going to make less money. But on the flip side, you do get more EXP. But I think the way that everything works out, you're probably just better off waiting to the mid to late, like the mid game before you actually start fighting, because then you're gonna get way more XP at that point anyways, and your fights are gonna be more profitable. So it's best to just get through the early game, not worrying about your level and worrying about your cash instead. Especially since a big part of it is just that you don't have enough hull mods. Like, this is one of the big advantages. Like, yes, smuggling makes you a lot of money, but one of the advantages of exploration is partly that it helps you find a good place to colonize, and partly that all the research stations you're plundering are going to give you a bunch of hull mods for free. And then those, once you get to the mid-game, make your ships a lot more effective. You know, Centurions aren't bad either. And the League does tend to have Omens sometimes. Omens and Centurions. Yeah, I think I'll stop by here. Let's take this little slipstream and slip our way down there. Thread the eye of the needle. Okay, let's turn off that and see if that makes it easier. No, it's still ejecting me. Even though it's kind of going the wrong direction at this point, it should be worth it. Another human-on-human battle that I don't really care that much about. Cool. There's just too much stuff going on sometimes. Now, there are definitely quality of life features, like being able to turn off notifications. That would be nice. But the next patch already is going to have so many quality of life improvements. I'm very excited about it. I could talk about it for quite a while, because they look really, really good. On top of that, there's also going to be content, but the content has mostly been kept a secret. It's mostly been kept under wraps, which means that it's probably going to be very exciting. But then, so the most part, all we know is that there's going to be content that we don't know exactly what it is, because it's secret. And most of the stuff that Alex has talked about is the quality of life stuff, which, I mean, if it was just the quality of life stuff, I would already be excited. I'm not sure most people get excited about, you know, the change in menus. But I sure do. Okay. Do you have anything good for me? I'll take that as no. Okay. Right, here. Have an organ. I probably want to drop this off at Tritac to get some more cash. Oh, these are nice. I don't have any. But I also don't have anything to put them on, really. Yeah. Scan, whatever. You don't have any proof. That's what I thought. You can harass me all you like. I ain't telling no secrets. I doubt I'm going to use that. Although it is pretty good. Especially with the way that it's been changed. The converted hangar increasing deployment points is kind of a lot stronger in the early game. Because the downside to it is the main downside is the increase in the ship's deployment points. But that's really only going to matter later on in the game. It does not increase the ship's supply usage. So using it in the early game just kind of makes your ships stronger for the most part. Although I guess it could help you, or I guess it could be a downside if it gets you over the threshold for like a large battle when the capture points start appearing on the map. Like, that could be theoretically a downside if you're not ready for that sort of action. I don't really want shield shunt. You guys have some very interesting ship selections with all these mods active. I mean, if you're going to sell me like Zon Empire ships, which is what they look like, or Zontech, then I could have just stopped by the Zon Empire on my way here. Jesus. I thought I was the main character. Why are you guys not catering to my needs at every second of the day? Maybe I'm not the main character. Maybe it was all a lie. Oh, this didn't get... that's weird. Let's clear that out. Okay. Aelmar, what have you got for me? Do you have any good ships? Well, there's a damaged Scarab. These lashers are in terrible condition. Well, what do we have here? Both of these are very interesting. Actually, if I grab this Heron, and then I go to the other side of the sector, to Scalar Tech, and grab the Dessous Assault Fighter, which is very overpowered, and I shove it in this Heron, and I go around flying it manually, I could probably do a lot of damage. But it is a bit slow. It would slow my fleet down, as opposed to this, which would not, because it's got that maximum burn of 9 already. So I think this is going to be the purchase here. Especially since I still have enough cash that I can afford to grab more frigates, I can afford to grab more support ships if I need them. Yeah. This is the right call. Repair, and I'm going to move over here. Let's repair even more. And we'll shove you in there. And we'll shove you in there. Osiris, you know what? You can be Spingus. And you can be... Oh, right, there was a guy. There was a comment on the... After I stopped uploading, there was a comment on the last video, which, I mean, it just keeps me up at night. It's just so insightful. It's just so deep with meaning. By a guy named Joger. 7727. I think there were some other letters in there, but I'm just going to call you Joger 7727, if that even is your real name. And he said that 2 weeks after I stopped uploading, he got a girlfriend. And for you, my friend, Mr. 7727, I would never leave you to such a horrible fate, which is why I've decided to upload again. You can freely dump her now that my videos are out there again. You're welcome. You're welcome. I know. I'm basically a charity at this point. I'm helping people. I'm kind of like a great person, actually. Always so selflessly helping people like that. You don't need to thank me, really. I know it's rising up from within your bones, the need to thank me for being so awesome. But please, your kind words are more than enough. You don't... Wait, no, that... yeah, that's what I mean. They're more than enough, which means that they're too much. So you don't need to say them. They're just implied. Yeah. I mean, look at that. I'm not only am I helping people, I'm humble about it too. I'm just really incredible. Which is why I have no idea how I design this thing, because I'm too busy thinking about how to help people that I've forgotten how to design ships. I mean, that's some real dedication there, isn't it? Just goes to show how far I'm willing to go for people, honestly. But for now, I'm going to have to actually figure something out. instead of just waffling about. Yes. Yes, I think that's good. Well, we're definitely going to need to max out the vents here. Probably going to want to drop a little bit of that missile racks so that we can actually continue firing all of those annihilators. Excellent, excellent. Let's see. Auxiliary thrusters, so you can actually face the target. Weapon mounts. And that's using up all of our ordnance points. Lovely. Wait a minute. I already have helmsmanship, so I can probably afford to drop that. And then, these are 8. I already have a couple of railguns. Do I need more kinetic? I'm going to go with yes. I'm going to go with yes. Impact mitigation would be pretty good so that I could drop this. Actually, let's drop that. I'm probably not going to need that much ammo. Like, I'm not the AI. I'm not just going to waste all my shots. And let's get more of that. Yes. That looks pretty good. Now, these machine guns are actually... like, normally you don't want to use them for point defense, but they're actually kind of okay on the pirate variant of this ship, because you've got a burn drive. So if you've got, like, an enemy that's kind of strafing you, or an enemy that you need to close a distance with, you're going to activate the burn drive. And a lot of the time when you do that, the enemy tries to strafe you and get to your side while you're burning forward. That can be an issue. But if you've got these machine guns here, usually you, like when you burn forward and they strafe to the side, you end up close enough that these things start firing at them. And for that reason, sideways machine guns are actually kind of decent, specifically on the Pirate Eradicator. Maybe not in the late game, but in the mid game it can be very effective. Yeah, I think this is good enough. A couple railguns, a couple arbalests, we got some point defense, maybe a little... Yeah, you know, I think this is pretty good, actually. I think the frontal point defense is definitely a lot stronger, but we're mostly going to worry about the front for point defense. And then we've got these annihilators to strip off armor and to chunk through hull. Yeah, that should be good enough for the early game. Early to mid game. I'm not even going to spend any story points on it. Don't need to. And then I'm going to head over to Tritachyon, grab some more frigates. And then I think I'm going to call it a day. Bye! Actually, let me see if I can plan out my next action. Oh my... There's just so much stuff! I don't want to see all of this. Go away. I'm wondering, I might need more... No, I shouldn't need more... Do I need more? No, I don't need more. I've got enough fuel capacity. We're good. I just need more combat effectiveness. Yes, here we go. What have you got for me? Tritachyon brawlers are okay. They're definitely okay. Mostly because they have 10 more ordnance points than regular ones. That's the main advantage. Like, yeah, sure. Energy hardpoints are not going to be as good, but 10 ordnance points on a frigate is a big difference. As much as I love to get a Hyperion, it's not quite what I'm looking for here. It's a bit early, the maintenance costs are kind of expensive. I'd rather have something that's a bit more efficient. Oh yeah, can I sell this? Well, first of all, I've got to maximize your effectiveness before I forget. Let's see. Oh, I wouldn't have enough crew space if I did that. So that's a good way to check, by the way. If you're curious if you would still have enough resource capacity after selling a ship, just mothball it. Because if you can unmothball it. As long as you don't change screens, you can unmothball it for free. And that just lets you check. It's a convenient little tip for you. It's something that I just do automatically because I'm so used to it, but I suddenly had the eureka moment of realizing that it might actually be worth explaining that. Because some people might not know about it. Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't seem like you guys have what I'm looking for. So let's say hi to Brazil. Derelict ship. Mercantile convoy. I'm going to ignore that. Well, these are both next to each other, so I guess I'll grab them. You see what I mean? There's a lot. There's a lot of stuff, you know. Humanity's just getting busy all the time. You know, if they could just get busy preparing for the invasion, that would be nice. But of course they won't. They're too busy preparing these nuts jokes. Which, to be fair, is a very good use of your time. I don't have any of these left. Well, I'm going to buy a bunch of them, because they're really good. And I'm going to give Tritachyon this thingy. Station Commander. AI Core. Here you go. Money. 30,000? Yeah. That's cash money. Okay. This thing is very beat up. No thanks. This thing is not beat up. Let's see. The one in the open market, all those demods do bring the price down, so even if it's on the open market, it's still cheaper than this one. But this one is going to be more useful to me. Alright, buddy. Mr. Jogar. We've got Spingus, we've got Jogar, and we've got Penny Skenis is here for moral support. He's not very good at it, but he's here. He's on payroll. Okay. So this is for cargo, this is for fuel, we've got a couple of frigates, and we've got a light cruiser for the flagship. That seems like... And we've got a decent amount of cash shoved away. This is looking a lot better than when I started, that's for sure. Ooh, this is the combo that I used to do a lot. Ion Pulsar plus Antimatter Blaster with expanded magazines. However, now that it's got Termination Sequence, the armor punching, the anti-armor capabilities of the AM Blaster, it's not as necessary. And instead, investing more in Flux and getting a Pulse Laser might be more worth it. Maybe even grabbing one of these. Which is anti-armor, so it kind of defeats what I just said, but ignore that. Just ignore it. I do also want to equip a missile if possible, but none of these are very good options specifically for a Tempest. Now that the Salamanders only cost 3 instead of 5, it's a much better choice. I mean, I still equipped them when they were 5, but it was mostly for the psychological value of having a missile that doesn't run out in a small slot, rather than the fact that it was probably not worth 5. 3 is a much better spot for them. At 3, feels pretty good to use. Okay. And I could put a heavy burst laser, which is a bit silly when, like, it's one of those things where it's a bit silly because Terminator drones are supposed to eliminate the need for point defense, but now that you actually fire them at the enemy, point defense is kind of useful. And the heavy burst laser has decent anti-armor capabilities, so it's kind of tempting now. It's kind of tempting. Actually, a second pulse laser would be really nice right about now. But I think I'm going to go with just go with the Ion Pulsar. Let's go with this. This should be good enough. Maybe I should switch them. Yeah, let's switch them. Let's put the Ion Pulsar a little bit further forward because it's got slightly shorter range. I don't know if it's going to matter, but the logic makes sense to me. Actually, should I swap you guys? No, because you've got combat endurance, which is combat endurance, and that's kind of important. How much fuel? All right, let's load up on fuel, and we're going to see how far we can go. We can go as far as we need to. And I'm going to hold on to this spare cash, because I probably don't need... Yeah, I think this is fine. Well, first off, and actually I should probably head over to Kulan, Arcalan, the clan, I'll head over here. Let's see if they've got anything I want. And then I can start worrying about my next mission. I mean, I'll grab them. More hull mods is more options. More options is more good. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Hey, Mr. Penny Skenis, you finally got an assignment. Don't screw it up. I mean, no pressure or anything, but if you screw this up, you're the first to get blamed. And you know what happens when I blame an officer? Well, you can't ask the last one, because he's not here anymore. Let's just say I killed him. I was trying to think of a euphemism for killing, like sleeping with the fishies, but there's not really fish in space. Maybe he's sleeping with the remnants. You know what? Let's not sugarcoat this, okay? I'm against sugarcoating things. I killed him, and I'll kill you. Specifically with a gun. Look me in the eyes, Penny Skenis. You're on thin ice, buddy. Not like the golden child Spingus. Spingus can do no wrong. Yeah, let's go with the harpoons. Okay. Anybody... Depends what can you do. Field modulation. Hey, that's pretty good. In fact, it might be more suited to this job, but, well, that would be no fun. We've got to give Spingus the opportunity to succeed, and we've got to give Penny Skenis the opportunity to fail. And you, I haven't made up my mind about you just yet. We will see. Okay, so mission. Let's set course. And, yeah, I'm going to end it here. That's about it. Have a great day.